saw that, I went into this individual's profile. And if I'm not mistaken, this individual is even involved in Tabligh Jamaat.
Are you ready to reach your ultimate potential? Are you looking for long-lasting relationships and ultimate financial freedom? It's time to join the Muslim Alpha program, the ultimate guide to masculinity based on the Quran and Sunnah. Sign up today. Use code Ali25 for a 25% discount.
So there is this new phenomena happening by individuals who are going to the Kaaba, some of them who identify as being queer from the Lgbqt community, some of them who have feminine, very strong feminine looking features, and they are going to the Kaaba and doing videos. We're going to be talking about if what they're doing is halal, haram, and we're going to go to the issue of hermaphrodites. I think that's what they're called, forgive me, hermaphrodites, yeah? Who are individuals who are born with both male and female genitalia, and what is the ruling in Islam pertaining to these individuals. Let's watch these two videos and come back inshallah, because there are important lessons to be learned, because some people are deriving Islam and their rulings from their aql, from their logic. We don't follow your opinion or your logic, we follow Islam. Let's go. Now, when I saw that, I went into this individual's profile, and if I'm not mistaken, this individual is even involved in Tabligh Jamaat, meaning they give dawah to Muslims. Yeah, the people give them nasiyah, etc. I did my research as much as I can, and I came to the conclusion that I do not know, and I cannot clearly say if this is a man or if this is a woman. I don't know if this individual is a hermaphrodite. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, that if they're born with both the genders. Now, let's quickly tackle the one who says that he is or she is a queer. Now, this individual in Islam, number one, is it haram for this individual who might be a homosexual, who might be a queer, who might be a whatever it may be, yeah, entering the haram or doing, argument's sake, coming and doing umrah? There is no evidence from Islam in the Quran or the Sunnah to say that such an individual who's indulged in these sins, yes, is it haram for them being Muslim? No, it's not. They are still a believer. As long as they do not say that their action, what they're doing is, or themselves having this is halal, or them acting on it is halal. If they deem it to be haram, and they say that this is something that, this is how they are, okay, they can say, I have these desires. But to say that desire is halal makes you a kafir. If you say this desire is haram, you're a believer that's sinning. It's as good as saying somebody who commits adultery, drinks alcohol, involved in riba, which can be classed as worse in the context of is waging war against Allah and His Messenger. And how many people are involved in riba? How many people are doing adultery and alcohol? Yes, that's the point there. Do we say they cannot come to Umrah? No, this is jahil. This is being ignorant. I mean, I'm hearing some Medina students, which I'm not going to mention, who are sitting in their home, they have no experience in the dawah, they have no knowledge. They come with this attitude of just because something looks abnormal or they deem that it looks haram, it is haram. Oh, that's time you studied in Medina. Did you know? Wallahi, mind blown. I'm Ali needs dawah. I'm Ali Jahil. When I see these individuals who have zero experience in the dawah and they studied in Medina, when they come with this stuff, it blows my mind. Did you not learn anything? Simple principles of Islam, did you not learn? Anyways, digressing. The point is what? That doesn't make them a disbeliever. Neither can we say it is haram for them to come and perform Umrah. However, if somebody does a video, if I do a video and go to Umrah and go, I'm an adulterer, I'm involved in riba, I wage war on Allah and His Messenger, I drink alcohol. Now you are openly publicizing your sin. And the Prophet ﷺ said, every son of Adam will be forgiven except those who publicly publicize their sin. Yes? Now, if people are coming and bullying and saying they shouldn't be allowed and this, that, you are a 5-star, grade A, jahil, ignorant. How could you say somebody who's indulging in sins, whatever it may be, cannot come to the haram? If you are someone who commits zina, adultery, riba, alcohol, drink, whatever, murder, whatever it may be, does that mean you cannot come to the haram? So let's be balanced. There are two extremes. One, woo, all goes. You're queer, whatever you do, you act upon it, halal, no problem. One, no. So the point is that addressing the queer, because you are openly propagating. Islam deals with this, as we know them to go into detail, to openly publicize your sin. Number two, now let's deal with the other individual who has feminine features. I don't know if that's a filter. I don't know if we can't say it's wearing makeup, but it might be a filter, yeah? This person, I went through their videos. I genuinely, wallahi, do not know if it's a man or a woman. I do not know. They might be a hermaphrodite, yes? But the point is what? What is the ruling? Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen says that the one who is born with two genders, yes, they are not allowed to get married until it is decided what they are. Usually the Sharia says that the active genitalia, which they pee from, yeah, or ejaculate from, or whatever it may be, that is the determining factor of you being a male or a female. Or some scholars even say, which there's different opinion, that we look at the certain features. If this person can have intimacy, they can impregnate, then it's a man. If they can fight like a man, in like the war, they can fight like a man, there's some masculine traits that are there, then the decision will be that is a man. If it's a female, they have very, very feminine features and other factors, etc., signs of period or whatever it may be, then they're a woman. But Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen says that they cannot get married. Why? Because if they are not known, is it a male or a man or a woman, them imagine marrying a man and them themselves are a man. It's haram for a man to marry. It's haram. The nikah is not valid. If they are a woman which they don't know and they marry another woman, then it's again not permissible. So that's why it is said that they should not be married until the decision is made clear. I'm going to leave a link from Islam Q&A. You can read more in detail about this. But the point is what? Such individuals, which again goes to my point, and I'm going to wrap up on this. We think just because something looks wrong, it must be haram. Just because we have a way of looking at Islam and we believe our Islam is the only Islam, yeah, like these jahils, like these so-called Medina student jahils, people are telling me, unbelievable, that we think, for example, I'll give a fine example of the Bitter Truth Show. Some people will come in and saying, this is free mixing. What? Wallah, it's unbelievable. These are coming from people who student knowledges. Is there bil ijma that free mixing, for example, doing Hajj, Umrah, free mixing, go into the restaurant, go into university, go into work. There are Muslim men and women who go to work where they have to work with the opposite gender. Is this free mixing? The Sharia has specific rules, and I'm going to put a video of Mufti Munir which explains the balanced view. Not the extreme one, which is the Asadi, our super Salafi brothers, not all of them, who think their Islam is the only way Islam. You don't do this, khalas, you're a person of hawa, a person of desire. There is a balance. When it comes to the bitter truth, people make comments. What ignorance you have to have. Number one, is it haram in any circumstance for a man and woman to talk to each other? No. Is it haram for a man and woman to come in a specific setting? Totally haram? No. In the dawah, when we give dawah to the opposite gender, sometimes I speak to 3-4 girls. They are there. Yeah? Number one, is it in public? Yes. Number two, is it pertaining to dawah? Yes. When the dawah conversation ends, khalas, these are the conditions we follow. With the bitter truth, it's the same thing. People look and think, just because this looks wrong, must be haram. Yani the more everything is haram, it means the more Islam is truth. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, nobody overburdens there with their religion, thinking everything's haram, except that overtakes them. Yeah? It becomes a burden on them. In the bitter truth show, alhamdulillah, and I'm making a correlation here, it's because you look and be like, oh, he looks feminine, etc. They should have banned him. Why should they ban him? If he has that, he's born like that, and he's not putting makeup on, and he's a man, but he has very, very feminine looking features, how could you stop him from the haram, praying? I mean, maybe he can even give dawah, because it's not his fault, he was born like that, and he's got feminine features, he looks feminine. Yeah, I've seen videos of this guy where other men in beards are hugging him. So he must be a man maybe, I don't know. Yes? So the point is what? Alhamdulillah, when we do the Bitter Truth show, the sisters that come observe hijab, modesty, alhamdulillah. We sit on separate sofas, alhamdulillah. It is in public, alhamdulillah. And it is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is pertaining to dawah to prevent the biggest fitna in our time, divorces. Yeah? And that is all I'm going to say. And anybody that doubts that and says, no, you're doing it for this and this, that, let's take the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the liar. Let's take the kitab of Allah and say, you ask Allah's curse, if I'm doing this for clout and fame and views and money, no problem. I will also take you, I will never be sure that I'm doing this genuinely for the sake of Allah, genuinely for this, genuinely for that. No, I ask Allah, inshallah, I'm doing it for that. But since you are so certain I am doing it for those reasons, ask Allah's curse upon you then. It's as simple as that. So the point I mentioned with the bitter truth and this and other elements is we have a group of Muslims who are jahil, who don't have English. Now, can there be a difference of opinion? Can there be scholars like Sheikh Uthaymeen, Sheikh Salih Fawzan, who can come and look at the bitter truth show and say, this is not permissible? 100%, we respect the opinion. But to say that is the opinion and there is no opinion, you are a 5-star grade A jahil. Jahil to say that one scholar's opinion, because some scholars deem one an innovator. Another scholar says, no, he's not innovator. Which one do you take in that instance? There are rulings to that which go into detail. But the point I'm saying in a nutshell is the following, guys. Just because something looks wrong to you, doesn't mean in the Sharia it is haram. I can give you examples from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that if I mention to you, a'udhu billah, you would fall into kufr by saying, whoever did this, this man is da da da. And I'll be like, the Prophet ﷺ said this. And Abu Bakr said this. Your jaw will drop. Yeah? So, we even have a fatwa when it comes to from Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan, Sheikh bin Baz, when it comes to women doing dawah on camera. So, the point is this. Don't take your Islam from your aql. Take it from the naql, which is the Quran and the Sunnah. Don't think this looks weird. Oh, this Ali Dawah goes and does videos in this way. I think it looks haram, it must be haram. Oh, this looks weird. That guy going doing umrah, he looks feminine. It looks haram, it must be haram. Fear Allah. Because when you're saying it's haram, you're saying something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasn't said. That's all I'm going to say, brothers and sisters. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, inshallah. And may Allah make us among those who are on the balanced path, inshallah. Please watch the video from Mufti Munir when it comes to pertaining to free mixing. And inshallah, the matter is clear with the Islam Q&A link when it comes to such individuals. And yeah, that's it. May Allah bless you guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take care.